Avi Meyer's Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine. Election day is this coming Tuesday. We want you to vote. We want you to vote in the Democratic primary. We want you to pick up Jewish Chicago and read all about the candidates. And we are privileged to have one of the candidates for judge with really good bar ratings running in the 12th sub-circuit, and that is Ralph Meczyk. How you doing?
Avi, how are you? Thank you for having me on your show.
First of all, thank you, and we've talked on the phone. It's a pleasure to meet you in person.
Thank you, likewise.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
I've been a criminal defense lawyer for about 37 years, and I've practiced primarily in Chicago, but I've tried cases all over the country. And as I said, I've been a defense lawyer. I've argued the United States Supreme Court. I've tried over about 125 juries and hundreds of bench trials and contested motions. I've also tried civil cases as well, and I've argued in many, many appellate courts and many circuit courts in the U.S. district courts. So I have a pretty, I'd say, protean background as a trial lawyer, and that's what I do for work.
Yeah, I happened to, when I was doing my research, I saw that you were actually named to a society or whatever where you were considered one of the 5%, highest lawyers.
Yes, that was leading lawyers. You're selected by your peers as a lawyer in certain, I should say, expertise in a certain area, and I was privileged to be selected for white collar appellate work as well as state court trial work.
Yeah, no, definitely impressive background, and you've had some very famous clients too.
Thank you.
That's for sure. So you're a very successful defense attorney. You've got as a matter of fact, your biggest problem from what I can see is you've got to turn down clients to find time to run.
Oh, I don't know about that, but thank you for the flattery.
So why decide to become a judge?
It's a good question, and I've struggled with that question. I really have. And I think after all these years, you just know it, I think I would like to try to give something back. Truly, I'm not talking about banalities, but I sincerely tell you, I think I can contribute something to the legal system and make it a little bit better. I think I would be a very good judge because I understand the rules of advocacy. I have a keen sense of I know the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure, and I would really know how to call those balls and strikes fairly. I would let lawyers try their case. I would give them an opportunity to litigate because I know how hard it is. Because I've been in the arena, I've been in the well of the courtroom. I know how hard it is, Avi, for lawyers when they prepare their case, the stresses, the pressures they're under. I want to give them a forum where they have and the parties a fair, impartial forum, an opportunity to litigate, and I think I can do that.
I bet you could, no question about it. That's interesting. So you're running the 12th. So tell us about the 12th sub-circuit.
It's the northern suburbs of Cook County, and it's sort of a gerrymandered district, as many of them are. It's Glencoe, Northbrook, Wheeling, and parts of Maine Township. So it sort of swings like an arc from Lake Cook Road down, and it is the northern suburbs of Cook County.
So at least
predominantly, it's the eastern part is predominantly Jewish, and the other portion is a Gentile area. But it's all mixed. And as far as demographics are concerned, I think it's getting to be more of a Democratic area, or in fact is a Democratic area.
Really?
It's sort of shifted. Yeah, the demographics, I'm told, have shifted a bit.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. But hey, you never know. Well, the fact is,
they're becoming more enlightened, I should say.
So, I mean, you were born in America?
I was. Yeah. I was born at Mount Sinai Hospital on the west side of Chicago.
Michael Reese.
There you go.
Yeah, no, and no, your parents, of course, were from Europe, and they were involved in the unpleasantness during World War II.
Yes, they were, unfortunately,
so,
yes.
Yeah, and thank God they made it out okay.
They were both, they did make it out okay. My father was liberated from Dachau, and my mother from Belsen, and they had a distant relative here in Chicago who brought them over in 1949, and I was born several months later. I just made it. And I just made it as an American natural-born American citizen.
Very good. Well, you could still run for judge. You just couldn't run for president.
That's right. That's right. I don't have those aspirations. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, thank God. Yeah. It's at this point. Yeah. Forget it. It's not going to happen. So, how do you How do you meet voters, and when you do this?
Well, the word is out among my colleagues and among friends and family. I have doing a phone campaign, and I've been speaking to a number of people. I've been actually I have some voter lists, and I've been actually knocking on doors, and so it's not hard for me. I hope to connect with people and get the message across that with the utmost respect to the other candidates, I believe I'm the most experienced of the attorneys in the courtroom. So if we're talking about a candidate who has that trial experience, who understands the dynamics and what's going on in a courtroom, I believe that's me, and that's the message I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, you know what? We were talking about this before the show, and boy, he really knows his stuff. That I got to tell you.
Thank you.
That's for sure. So, very limited show because we had to squeeze 4 guests in before the election.
Of course.
What is your website?
Avi, I'm not that smart. I don't know it. I don't remember it. It's on my cards. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Well, the fact of the matter is, and do I have a card handy? It's Ralph. I think it's Ralph Meczyk, Meczyk.
See, he knows.
Okay. But you know what? If you Google Ralph Meczyk, you'll be able to find it. And I want to thank Mary Kay Dawson also, who's very helpful in, with your campaign and talking to me and all the rest of it. And I want to wish you luck in the election. And, do you also go to events? I mean, if people would like you to speak? Or?
I'm always available. You know what I've done is bar groups have called me. I've spoken many times after trials in the Chicago Bar Association, the Decalogue Society.
Yeah, Michael Strahm has told me that.
Yeah, I gave a talk
Yeah.
on expert witnesses and the cross-examination of expert witnesses. So they were a delightful, lovely group of people, and I do that. And I've been out to bar, not only to bar groups, but to Northwest Suburban Lawyers, had a little get-together. So I'll go anywhere I'm asked to go. I'm not too proud.
At this point, I got to be rude. Google Ralph Meczyk, Meczyk. And what's your punch number?
172. Thank you for asking.
Punch 172. He's a really good guy.
Thank you.
All the best of luck.
Thank you.